Coming up tonight on Middle Tennessee News, the city of Lebanon has history within its buildings, and that history might just be restored.
If you're in need of any weekend plans, the Murfreesboro Police Department is hosting an event this weekend. All those stories plus your local weather and sports, Middle Tennessee News starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kara Fullington.
And I'm Sarah Oppman. Welcome to Middle Tennessee News. If you usually leave your car unattended in your driveway, be sure to check that it is properly locked and nothing valuable is left inside. Thieves were targeting unlocked cars in a Mount Juliet neighborhood this past Sunday, with surveillance footage capturing two suspects, with one of the suspects holding a gun. When the suspects found an unlocked car, it was stripped of any valuable items, with 2 police reports being filed for items such as jewelry, a phone, and a wallet. If you have any information about the thefts or the suspects, it is encouraged to call the Mount Juliet Police Department.
There was a mega bust in Nashville International Airport. A 21-year-old was arrested and facing a felony drug charge after landing in Nashville. When the plane arrived, they got a strong odor of marijuana coming off the plane. Christopher Milano was stopped by police officers once arrived in Nashville from California. Once Milano grabbed his luggage and carry-on, the cops proceeded to stop him, and his response was, "Do you have a warrant?" Later, they signed a search warrant, and that's when they found 36 pounds of marijuana inside his bag.
On Tuesday morning, Murfreesboro Police and Murfreesboro first responders responded to an interesting call. On October 11th, MPD and MFRD got a call about a 24-year-old man who was struck by a double locomotive. It happened behind the Beaman Chrysler on South Church Street. According to reports, the double locomotive saw the man walking and sounded the horn. The driver slowed down to 40 to 50 miles per hour before striking him in the left shoulder. The man called 911 and was taken to a nearby hospital. The 24-year-old was then taken to the hospital for evaluation and further treatments.
One person is in custody after evading a traffic stop in Wilson County. One adult male was arrested after evading the traffic stop and later being found in Mount Juliet. The suspect's vehicle was spotted on I-40 and was moving slowly with a flat tire. The officer followed the suspect to a Mattress Firm parking lot before a standoff began after the suspect refused to exit the vehicle or show his hands. After 30 minutes, crisis negotiators were able to get the suspect to surrender, and he was taken into custody. Inside the vehicle, they found a loaded handgun, illegal drugs, and a suspended driver's license.
A community event involving the Murfreesboro Police Department is taking place this weekend. The Faith in Blue Community Day will be taking place at the Murfreesboro Police Department this Saturday, October 15th, from 9 a.m. until noon. The initiative aims to unify the citizens, business owners, and the MPD to create a safer city and environment for everyone. The organization started in 2020 and has many events across the country.
Even with no meeting taking place this past week in Lebanon, council members are still wanting to make a change within their community. With no meeting this past Tuesday, marking history for the city, it's something that has not happened in 30 years. The members are still looking to make a change for the city of Lebanon. The city is rich in history, and the bricks in all the buildings have their own story. Buildings around the city have been through a lot, so that's why Council Member Chris Crawwell is looking to make a change. Crawwell and all council members are looking to improve the quality of the materials the city uses. This is what Crawwell had to say when asked about it.
We're looking for more brick and less engineered material, and so we're just looking for a higher quality.
After an incident at a Murfreesboro Walmart. 18-year-old Toylan Flakes and 17-year-old female resisted arrest and vandalized merchandise at the Walmart on Old Fort Parkway. They broke bottles of wine and threw Halloween cookies as loss prevention workers tried to detain them, even assaulting one of the workers. When officers arrived, they began to resist arrest and scream. The two were eventually arrested, and Flakes was charged with resisting arrest, theft, vandalism, and simple assault. They both were trespassed from Walmart and released on bond.
And now Carly Sutton joins us with the first look at the weather.
Thanks, Kira. We have severe weather alerts all throughout the mid-state as we head into tonight, so please keep an eye out on your local weather station just in case those storms become even more severe. Storms are rolling through pretty heavy since there was a 100% chance of rain all throughout the mid-state today. Despite that rain, though, temperatures are still a bit high for it to be mid-October already, which shows us just how unpredictable this fall weather can be. Our highest temperature today was in Mount Juliet with 80 degrees, as well as high winds blowing all across our mid-state cities. Stick around after the break, and I will have tonight's full forecast as we continue with these storms. Kira, back to you.
Thanks, Carly. And still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, Dr. Larry Burris joins us with this week's media commentary, and a multi-year initiative is brought to the MTSU campus to help close equity gaps. That's coming up next on Middle Tennessee News.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back to Middle Tennessee News, and now we have Dr. Larry Burris with this week's media commentary.
It was either Mark Twain or Benjamin Franklin who said something like, 3 people can keep a secret only if 2 of them are dead. Who made that statement doesn't really matter here. What's important is to think about who knows a secret and when is a secret not a secret. Back in 1983, there was a major war scare between NATO and the Warsaw Pact. Apparently, the Soviet Union thought a fairly benign NATO exercise was a preparation for an actual attack. They responded by putting their nuclear forces on real alert and moving nuclear weapons into launch positions. So you can imagine the analyses that resulted as the State Department, Central Intelligence Agency, Department of Defense, and the White House all tried to figure out what exactly happened. Many of those reports were, and still are, classified. Now, nearly 40 years later, the National Security Archive has asked the CIA for a copy of a specific after-action report the agency allowed the State Department to publish in an open source. As you might expect, the CIA turned down the request, saying the report is still classified and contains information still relevant today. The National Security Archive filed a lawsuit, of course, and the judge denied their request, supporting the CIA. So here's how bizarre this is. The document was printed with CIA approval by the State Department in their after-action report. You can look it up and read it. But that document was not the official version. It's an almost verbatim copy, but it's not official. So, is the information, not the document, but the information the document contains, a secret or isn't it? Well, the document is still secret, but everyone apparently knows the not-so-secret information in the document. When is a secret not a secret? I guess it depends. But of course, if I told you, I'd then have to shoot you. I'm Larry Burris.
Thank you, Dr. Burris. Make sure to join us next week for his next media commentary.
Middle Tennessee State University was one of 19 institutions selected to take part in a multi-year initiative to help close the equity gap for Black, Latinx, and Indigenous and low-income students. MTSU is a part of and was selected by the American Association of Colleges and Universities to participate in the Student Success Equity Initiative, which according to MTSU's Vice Provost for Student Success, Dr. Rick Slutter, will focus and intensify efforts already underway from the university-wide initiative, Quest 2025. Campus leaders will work to close the equity gaps and to ensure that race and income are no longer predictors of success, with president engagement being integral.
It is a very big week on campus here at MTSU. Not only are we going up against one of our biggest rivals, WKU, but it's also homecoming week. This year, MTSU is hosting the Winner's Circle, with homecoming being Derby themed. There are events throughout the whole week, including a skate night, Derby picnic, and a homecoming parade on Saturday morning. Organizations at MTSU have been preparing for this week all semester. They've been making homecoming floats, preparing for the hat decorating contest, and painting banners to enter for the sign contest. For more information about homecoming and all the events, make sure to check out MTSU Homecoming's social media page.
Make sure to stop by the Campus Rec Center tomorrow, as MTSU Campus Pharmacy will be giving out free flu shots. MTSU Campus Pharmacy and Health Services will be offering $0 copay flu shots on Thursday, October 13th from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. This will go for faculty, staff, and their dependents that are under 16, as well as students. You must be covered by a State of Tennessee Employee Health Insurance Program and have Caremark as your prescription benefit plan. No appointment is needed, but for faster service, it is advised to schedule in advance. It is recommended that everyone completes their insurance form, bring their card or a copy of their card as a backup.
The City of Murfreesboro Airport will be hosting one of the many events that are a part of the statewide Tennessee STEAM Festival. The 10-day-long October Festival provides opportunity throughout the state to create and promote interest and excitement about careers and opportunities in the field of science, technology, engineering, art, and math. The Murfreesboro Airport will hold the festivities on October 22nd with numerous displays and exhibits such as airplanes, helicopters, jet engines, and much more. If you're interested in learning more about the information, it can be found on the festival's website at tnsteam.org. Tennessee Highway Patrol announced 3 new graduating K-9 teams. The graduating class was announced last Friday on October 7th, 2022. Fall District Trooper Jason Davis and K-9 Brutus, along with Capitol Protection Trooper Justin Johnson and K-9 Luna, graduated in explosive detection. Trooper Derek Truberville and K-9 Robbie graduated in narcotic detection. The training course focuses on teaching the K-9s to aid their handlers in finding drug possessions and explosive materials.
After the Lebanon City Council meeting had no quorum this past week, they are now set to meet next week. Members of the Lebanon City Council are scheduled to meet next week to discuss the cost of repairing a local cemetery. This past July, over 118 headstones were either damaged or destroyed at the Cedar Grove Cemetery in Lebanon, Tennessee. Repair efforts have been completed. However, discussions must be held regarding repair costs and security going forward. City Councilman Chris Crowell had this to say about the initial incident.
As I recall, it was over a weekend. We had an incident of vandalism where there were several different headstones kicked over, pushed over.
And now Carly joins us with tonight's forecast. Carly, I know I got that severe thunderstorm warning notification on my phone. How's that looking now?
Well, Kira, that rain is expected to continue all the way into the early morning, so we aren't getting a break from these storms anytime soon. Like Kira said, severe weather alerts are still enacted all across the mid-state as we head later into tonight, with tornado warnings being among the few that are issued out. Again, keep an eye on your local weather station just in case safety warnings are issued for your neighborhood. As the sun goes down, our humidity is going up throughout the mid-state to levels as high as 100%. So even though our temperatures are dropping tonight, make sure you're ready for that muggy feeling to follow. Our lowest temperature tonight is around 55 degrees in Smithville, though the winds that are accompanying these storms are going to make it feel even cooler. Stick around after the break and I will have your full 5-day forecast for Murfreesboro. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Carly. And still ahead on Middle Tennessee News, Carly will be back with our full weather report. And Dylan Simmons is over in the MTN Sports Den, and he'll have your full sports report. That's coming up next after the break.
Son, love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad, that's not the kind of help I needed. Jessica, will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
If I could go back and change it all, I would. I think I'm gonna miss you the most. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe it's just the little moments. If I could go back and change it all, if I could go back, I would. But I can't.
Once there was a boy who did the same thing again and again. One day, he was told he had autism. He got help and slowly learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Put the keys down, Kevin.
But I'm gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
My text to emoji ratio has gotten a little out of hand.
A little?
Yep, I'm definitely gonna call a ride home.
Welcome back, and now Carly joins us with our full weather report. Carly, I know my hair is not going to appreciate this humidity. Is there a break with all that humidity anytime soon?
Well, Kira, with rain comes humidity, and with these heavy storms that we had today, humidity isn't going to be dropping anytime soon. Today was quite the ride, with winds averaging out around 17 miles per hour as those storms raged through. Our high today was 79 degrees with a low of around 58, with our humidity levels reaching up to about 90%. Tomorrow is drying off as we are expected to have a few sunny days to follow these heavy storms. Tomorrow's high is looking at around 70 degrees and 42 for our low. And as everything is drying off, our humidity levels are sinking down as well. Friday is going to be a perfect sunny day, just in time for our homecoming game here at MTSU against WKU. Come out and show your support in the stands because our high for Friday is going to be a comfortable 75 degrees with a low after dark of around 56 degrees. Saturday is bringing the clouds back to Murfreesboro with a high of around 79 degrees and a low of 56. With those clouds, our humidity is picking back up as we prepare for some more storms to follow on Sunday. Sunday is showing a high of around 71 and a low of 47, but cloudy skies and soft showers are going to make those temperatures feel even cooler than expected. This week was a little crazy with the weather, but hopefully next week will even out as we get closer to our Halloween holiday. Kira, back to you.
Carly, I know I'm excited for a homecoming without any rain. And thank you, Carly, for the weather report. And Dylan is over in the MTN Sports Den after the break. He'll have your full sports report. Stick around.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
MTSU football got smoked by the Blazers this past weekend. The Blue Raiders came into Birmingham, Alabama looking for an opportunity to make a statement. Unfortunately, they made the wrong one. UAB came out with fire that would make a train engine proud as they scorched the Raiders through the air for 265 yards and on the ground for 174 yards in the first half alone. Dwayne McBride was a standout of a star as Polaris as he gashed the defense and added to his CUSA rushing yardage lead with 120 more. The Blue Raider offense was on the struggle bus as well as they could only muster 196 passing yards with Chase Cunningham and 54 rushing yards with Joe Irvin. The final score told the story of the day as MTSU took the Charlie Brown dive by losing 41-14. MT's next mission is to get redemption in the 100 miles of hate as they hope to follow the teachings of Emperor Palpatine against Western Kentucky. It's also homecoming week for Middle Tennessee State, so this game will unquestionably have one of the wildest atmospheres in college football this weekend. The Rowdy Raiders and Vanderbilt hockey fought in what could now be called the nucleus of Tennessee rivalry. The first game looked promising enough with the Rowdy Raiders sprinting out like Bo Jackson up an outfield wall with a 3-0 lead in the first period. That narrative would quickly change, however, as the Raiders surrendered 4 unanswered goals to give up their first game in stunning fashion. The Raiders would not be shaken by the Tremors, though, as they came back like Bray Wyatt to WWE with a dominant second game on Sunday to pick up a 7-3 victory. Clay Stalzer was the story of the weekend as he was all over the rink by forcing turnovers and scoring goals with an efficiency that a Rube Goldberg machine would be jealous of. The Raiders will prepare for the power of Hotty Toddy as they host Ole Miss in their next series starting on October 21st. Football is back on the rise once again here in Murfreesboro. MT Women's Soccer visited the Queen City against the Charlotte 49ers first on Thursday, searching for their first win since early September. They would come close through goalkeeping wizardry that would make Harry Potter proud from Hannah Suter and sturdy defense to draw the lead to a 1-1 draw. They would only keep pushing against Louisiana Tech back home on Sunday as they played in a shootout that belonged in a John Wayne movie. Both teams would deliver strike after strike, but only one could come out on top as the Bulldogs came away with the win 4-3. Despite the loss, MT delivered over the weekend and proved a team that could also steal Santa's spotlight under any circumstance. The Raiders look to make the most of their remaining season, starting with the UTSA Roadrunners tomorrow night at 7 p.m. MT softball has become like Thanos to their opponents. They are inevitable. Softball cruised like a pontoon on Center Hill Lake to a 16-1 win against the Chargers of Columbia State Community College on Saturday. They would keep the iron hot against Snead State Community College on Sunday by winning in a score of 12-1. MTSU was highlighted by Amaya Harris and Ashley Jockaway, who would hit Aaron Judge bombs to the outfield throughout the weekend. The Raiders seem as unmovable as a term paper due date in this fall season and look to finish it off strong, starting with Wallace State, who they are going to be playing soon. Hop in the station wagon soon because there's only a few games left, so make sure to cheer on your Blue Raiders. Kira, back to you.
Thanks, Dylan. And wrapping up our show tonight, it is National Emergency Nurses Day. The day is celebrated each year on the second Wednesday of October. This was started in 1989 and was established by the Emergency Nurses Association.
This day recognizes the commitment and hard work of emergency nurses all around the world. In any emergency room, there is stress and high levels of anxiety. With this day, individuals are able to step back and appreciate how well these nurses act under pressure, stay focused in high-intense situations, and are quick on their feet. To observe this holiday, you could simply thank an emergency nurse you know for all of their hard work. So thank you to all of our emergency nurses.
Thank you for joining us on Middle Tennessee News. I'm Kira Fullington, joined by Sarah Ottman, Dylan Simmons, and Carly Sutton. If you missed this or any show, you can watch them on our website, middletennesseenews.net.
And make sure to follow us on all of our social media sites as well, Facebook/Middle Tennessee News or at Middle TN News on Twitter and TikTok. We'll see you on Monday for our next show.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna
you go.